Yeah, today
Let's run it.
is episode number 62 of Manifest Mondays. Today we are talking about how to network, do it effectively, how not to do it. Uh, because there are plenty right and wrong ways to go about networking and trying to figure out how to navigate it and set yourself up for success, to not only continue to nourish your current network, but obviously growing it, in the hopes of just building a better life, I think altogether with amazing people around you. So that being said, specifically starting off with how not to network, what would what would y'all say are some suggestions on how not to approach things?
Man, I need if y'all in here right now, I need y'all to drop that in the chat too, man. What in y'all mind, what is some of the worst ways to network, man? I didn't seen some and been involved with some of the worst ways possible. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
kind of funny. We was talking about this earlier, so I'm gonna just kick it off with this one, man.
Let's work.
It's just it's just telling somebody let's work.
Let's
That's the
work,
most
baby.
that's the like the simplest way to like I guess you're breaking contact, you're doing something, right?
Right.
You're being active, but just telling somebody let's work, it doesn't mean anything at all. Like it doesn't mean like what does that even you know what I mean? Like what that's one of the worst things. And then they like we said, they throw up the little muscle emoji, you
The
know what I'm saying?
flex.
Let's
Hey,
work,
let's
let's
work.
work, let's get it. Let's get it. It's game time.
Right.
Like what what is that what does that even mean, man? So I'm gonna just kick it off with that one, man. Like that saying let's work to somebody, it does break the barrier sometimes, but that's come on, man. Come we gotta we that's in 2025, man. Let's you know what I'm saying, let's find something else to say.
So what should we say then? Because I think that
Now
person is like.
let's get the how nots first, man. Let's stay on the knots first, man. I know y'all
Yeah,
got some other
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me read a comment real quick. Kel said, "Spamming group text."
I promise you that's the worst. And I'm gonna add to that a little bit. Making a group text or a group message with people that like don't even know each other or like
Yeah,
you barely know them,
yeah.
that's not the move, man.
That's not the
Nobody
way
likes
to
to be
do it.
hit like that.
Or,
That's
or
not
I
the move, man.
mean, like, it's okay to do a group chat, like if there's some kind of like warm
Right.
intro, right?
Facts.
But
Right.
if you're literally just slapping some people in a group chat and just like, oh y'all, let's work. What like like what are we even doing? If I might block you if you do that. Like what are you doing putting me in this conversation with seven other people whose numbers I don't have? So I'm sitting here trying to
Bruh,
figure out what the hell is going on here.
bruh.
Or
Who got a
or
480 number? Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it
or
is. That, like
It's
Kel
a
said, he
version of
said
cold calling.
that's a new version of cold calling. It is, man. It's yeah, man. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
or my one thing is when people hit you up and be like, "Bro, I got business for you," like without telling you anything about the business,
Oh
and they
man.
want you to like reach out to them, like, "What do you mean you got business for me? Like, what is
Yo,
it? What does that even mean? I got business
Hey
that
for
man.
you."
that secret
Hey
messaging we
man.
was talking about.
There will be
That
none
ain't
of
it.
that in 2020. Hey, no pyramid schemes in 2025, y'all. I need y'all to
We
leave
not
that
doing
shit
that.
in the in the dust.
We
There will
not
be
doing
none of that.
that.
Yeah, can you like disclose some information talking about send me your cash app?
Come on, man.
I got, I got, I got business for you, man. It's funny though when people usually say that I got business for you. I'm like, what business do you know I'm even working on right now? If you got business for
Look,
me,
let's set up. Let's
and I don't even know
just
you
set
like
up.
that.
15 minute. Let's start set up. Can I borrow 20 minutes from you? No,
Right,
you can't. You know what
right,
I'm
just
saying?
that,
Just tell me what it is first, and we can talk about it. But
right,
I'm with you, Dom, and I hate that like secretive
right,
marketing thing that's like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got something, man. I really think you'd be interested in. I just need you just to commit to come down because
right,
they all sound the same. Whether it's
right,
Yeah,
in any of those pyramid schemes or those little brands, they all market the same way. It's that
right,
secretive marketing, and it's turned me away from
right,
yeah,
conversations. Even if it was something that I might be involved with, if you come at me like that, I'm not probably coming.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
It's not even probably I'm not coming. Because my thing is I'm big on, when it comes to building relationships, right? And when you talk about networking, it's all about being genuine and being transparent. So like if I ask you, what's this meeting about, or like what's going on? And you just like, oh, like
Click the
there
link.
we'll share more details, when you there, or click the
Click
link
the
in my
link.
bio, or like any of that. Like, nah, but just tell, like, why can't you just tell me? Like,
Right,
I don't know.
right,
I just like, to me, it feels weird when you're withholding information. It sounds like not only are you holding the information hostage, you hold me hostage too. Like,
right,
I'm like, nah, man, because I know once I step up in there, mm-mm. Y'all gonna give me
right.
this hour and a half long presentation and go give me some samples, and I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm not doing
I'm gonna keep the samples though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Nah, man. That's one of the worst ways I think that you could do it. To be honest, in
hmm
2025, we're not doing that. We
We're
off
not
that,
doing
man.
that. We're not
We
doing
off
that.
Right,
that. We,
right,
we
Also,
off that.
another thing that we're not doing in 2025 and beyond is being overly transactional. We all know those people who only reach out when they need something,
oh, for
right?
Oh, come
sure.
on.
I can't stand people who only reach out when they need something, like, hey bro, can I get on the guest list? Hey bro, like, you got an extra ticket? Hey
Right,
bro. Nah, no,
right,
no.
right,
Blocked.
right,
Blocked.
Come on, man. Yeah,
Don't bother reaching out to me no more because you blocked.
right.
that's crazy in general. Just like, and it be the ones that never really supported nothing that you did.
Mm,
The ones
Right.
the crazy thing is like the ones that support you, they be asking how they could pay. You know,
For
the ones that
yeah.
be
sure,
trying
for
to support you,
sure.
they, you know what I mean.
Right.
And then the ones that never support you be the ones that be like, "Yo, man, hey, can I get on that guest list?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, my man, you know what I'm saying? My check don't come to tomorrow, man. You think you can? Hey, my cousin, they just turned 17. You think you can get him in? Hell nah,
Yeah.
Right.
bro. We can't. You know what I'm saying? We
Hey,
can't,
bro,
bro.
let me get a beat. Hey,
Nah,
bro, let's work.
we not
Right.
doing that. We not doing that. In 20,
All
in
right.
2025, we not doing that.
Kel said, talking about short-term hustle instead of legit business proposal. It's true.
I feel
hmm
that.
hmm
Name some, Mark. If you got some, name some, man. What's some short term hustles that people are talking about? I know what you mean. Any get rich quick schemes, but
Right.
if there's some specific ones, man, I know people be talking about anything, bro. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? Give me this money and I'll turn it into this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Anything like that, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Just give me 1,000, I'll turn it to 10 in 30 days, bro. Look, this is all I need. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, we're not doing that.
That's that insurance
He said
fraud.
bootlegging, bro. That's
T-shirt
hilarious.
free. Bootleg. Yeah.
Hey, look, fam.
Urban, oh, there you go. Herbalife.
Herbalife, come
Damn.
on, man.
Herbalife, man.
Damn. I was
Come
about
on,
to
man.
say that,
Seen
but
it. We all seen it. We all seen it, man.
yeah,
Amazon
Amazon.
purchase and returns is nuts, bro. That's nuts. That's
Damn.
nuts, bro.
Hey,
Look, buy it
I
on your credit card. You return it. They give it to you in a credit. Then he's like, bro, you're gonna have to pay that back twice. what is what is we talking about? Bro? For
Oh
some shit
man.
you owe two people for the shit you ain't even got no more. You know
hey,
what I'm saying? Like
I, I
what
ain't
is we
gonna
doing?
lie. I'm gonna have to look into the Amazon purchase and return to see what that is. I'm gonna have to look into
Come on, man.
that. No, also one thing too, bro. When people actually say they want to network, and then when you actually meet up in person, they're there to waste your time,
Mhm.
not having anything solid,
Yeah.
right? They're not
Oh
being
yeah.
serious about it, bro. Like my time is important. I know if we're here to talk business, let's at
Yeah.
least try to get stuff done. Don't like waste time and be here for nothing when I could be doing something else. So I feel like that's another way
hmm
not to network,
That's a
wasting time.
fact. That's a
Even
fact,
beyond
bro.
that, bro, like we're talking about kind of like that blindsiding scheme, right? I hate it when people would like hit me up like, "Yo, let's grab coffee, let's go grab lunch or something like that." I'd be like, "Bet, let's do it." And then they show up with like like other people, and it's like it's almost like you're
Ah,
being like
oh man, that's
you're being
one of the
cornered.
worst.
Like it's just
Right.
like,
Oh
fam, like
man,
I'm like, yo, I was just coming to get some coffee and chocolate with you, my brother, but now you over here trying to like,
it's 17 of us in here, and
nah.
I'm finding my spot to sit down somewhere. We're not. Let's not do that in 2025.
Mm-mm.
Right, right.
The
Hell nah,
ambush,
bro.
yeah.
The
To
ambush.
Kel's point,
I
the
mean,
ambush is crazy.
I personally don't mind the ambush when there's gonna be like people who's gonna give me game. To be honest, it depends. Right? If the ambush just on some bullshit, then I personally have a problem. But like, if you invite me and three or
Mm-mm.
four people join and they can like
Nah,
provide value, I personally don't mind. To be honest.
because but you got to understand. You got to just on the other side of the point. you're the one that decides if it's valuable or not, right? So imagine if
Mhm.
they
Right.
bring you to an ambush, they think it might be like things that you want
Right.
to know about, but you might
Right.
already know about it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
Right.
so I honestly just don't ambush me at all, bro. Just tell me what I'm walking into. I'd rather you be
Yeah.
like, yo, it's like 17 of us. We just gonna link up and meet
17
up
of
about,
us.
hey, just tell me straight up, bro. We not doing that in
Yeah,
2025. We not doing that.
he said, not a pyramid, it's an octagon.
It's an octagon, bro. It's damn near. It's like a rough circle, bro. Like, no,
Like you
like
can,
nah, we
bro,
not.
Mhm.
bro, you can't leave. You can't leave, bro. We gotta be done. Nah, I feel that. Like Amway, one of them is like those Amway scam, like Amway marketing,
Boy,
like
we
do like
all
multi-level
seen it, man.
marketing, whatever.
Yep.
Like, bro, they invite you. Oh yeah, we have business meetings.
World
What's up,
Ventures,
World Ventures? Yep, I was about to say
World
World
Ventures.
Ventures.
Hey, somebody,
We all.
they got me. They got me in college, man. I did World Ventures for 2 weeks and a half, bro. They got $300 from me. I still think about that from time to time. Like, damn, what would I have done differently with that
Yeah.
300? You know what I'm saying?
Especially back then, 300 was a lot in
In
college, bro.
college, bro. Oh man, they got me, man. They got me, man.
So
So,
you
but
you pay them to join.
yeah, I did, man. You get under the little thing, and it's like, people get under you, then you know what I'm saying, you move, you move up on the thing, and then people's able to like. But it's funny though because World Ventures was like a travel thing too, so people could book through
Yep.
your link. It's funny
Right.
that we're getting back into the travel game now. Maybe I was always meant to do World Ventures, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, bro, that was crazy. That was crazy, man. They
Little
got
did you know. Little did you
got.
know.
You got.
God, man, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro, I literally paid like 300, and then I was under this thing. They took me to one big conference, and they helped me host one in my little dorm room too. I had two people signed up under me, and they quit the next day. And I think that's when I was like, all right, yeah, this ain't what I thought it was going to be.
That's
I was on that.
them two friends is real ones because they signed up
Bro, they're
They signed
funny,
they
up on
man.
the
signed up
spot.
just because they didn't want to say no in person, so they signed up and then they came back and canceled it. Hey, bro, I'm gonna
They
need you to
canceled
Bro,
cancel that actually.
they're
bro,
going the next day.
before the check cleared, before the payment cleared, it was canceled, bro.
Oh
I remember.
man,
Damn. Kelsey, one dude invited me to a motivational speaker one time. It was actually Amway.
wow.
He picked me
That's
up,
crazy.
drove me 2 hours away, and come over to pick me up and take me
I'm
home.
telling you, man. Hey,
Bro,
man.
that's why.
2 hours
That's
is
why.
crazy.
That's why I'm mad,
Yo,
bro, because they never disclose the information right away. They just always say business meeting. I'm like, what am I going to meet about? They
Hmm.
never really tell you. And then they
yeah.
realize after an hour, like, oh my God, it's Amway. I have to join your program. Oh yeah, I have to like recruit people and buy from the. I'm like, bro, why didn't you just tell me, from the beginning? Like, why am I here wasting time and wasting your
Hmm.
time? Because you're not gonna convince me to do this. I already made up my mind a long time ago. And the funny thing is, sometimes you tell people you're not interested in those things, and they try to convince you. I'm like, bro,
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it. You can become rich, but like, I don't want to be part of this right now.
Yeah.
I have a lot going on. It's like,
Yeah.
no, but I know doctors who are doing this. They're busier than you. I know, like brain
Yeah.
surgeon. I'm like, I get it, he's doing that, but I don't want to do that right
Hmm.
That's not, and
And,
it's not for everybody. Like there do be people that do make money doing that, bro. But it's not for everybody, and they make it seem like it is. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And they make it seem like it's everybody's gonna get rich in it. The thing about a pyramid is there's always got to be a bottom layer
Yeah, and most
of
people at the
people not
bottom
making
layer.
money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Most people on that bottom layer.
I would say
So
like 98%, because I don't,
yeah,
all those people that try to recruit me, bro, they're not even doing that no more.
that's a
It's
fact.
Yeah.
crazy. I like this shit doesn't work. Like, why are you even mad at me, right?
Yeah.
When I say I wasn't interested, now after 2 months later, you quit. You're not doing that no more. Like,
Yeah,
why were you mad at me in the beginning? Can
Yeah.
you send me a letter of apology for being mad at me now?
Yeah.
that's a fact.
I think
I still to
legit
this.
like 12, 13 people approached me about Amway, bro. And sometimes they would get upset, like if I didn't. Like, right? They'd
Facts.
almost they'd be like, oh, you
Mad at
don't ever
you.
support me. Like, what? Like, fam, what? Like that's crazy.
Right, but since we were talking about all the wrong ways to network, what are some good ways to actually network to get like better results from like networking? What do you
Hmm.
guys think?
Man, start by doing none of the stuff that we just said. First off, you know what I'm saying. Don't do any of that. You know
Let's
what I
work.
mean. Let's work nah, but I think one of the easiest places to start for me is always just look at places that you can add value to somebody
Yep.
that you want to work with.
Hmm.
Just
Right.
think about what they do, and usually if it's somebody like in your field or where you want to be, there are little things that you can add value on. Even if you don't think about it, right? Like even if you're like, I don't know, if it's somebody you wanted to connect with and you know a little bit about social media or you know a little bit about
Right.
finance or you like Diamond, I remember you telling me like you got to connect with somebody that does business, you bought them coffee
Right.
and then but then the thing that you had that he didn't was like you was super into fitness. So
Right.
you
Hmm.
offered value in a place that, you know what I mean, that he really could take from,
Right.
you know. So I think that was things like that is just being like, okay, just find ways, know where you provide value and kind of approach it thinking like I'm looking to give value, not take something from them.
Yep.
Right.
Play the long game. Play the long game, you know. So
Hmm.
that's one
Yeah,
way.
that's a good one.
Yep. Yep.
And I'll also add, man, like you said, just like whatever, it should be reciprocal, right?
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, they shouldn't be the only one that's getting anything tangible out of it. You gotta go in there. Like I think your mom said to come prepared. Yeah, you
Yep.
have to come prepared. You got to make sure
Hmm.
that that person is like actually their time is being worth it, right? You've been there, they can actually learn something from you. It might be in their field or it might be something else, right? By the end of the
Yep.
day, I think it should be a way that you guys can like help each other grow and learn from that. It shouldn't just
Yep.
always be one sided. Because I feel like most of the time people just always go into these events like, oh, what can I get out of it? All about me, me, me. You're not looking at the other person. And like that story you mentioned, Ramon, he's actually became my mentor, right? Because he was a really successful business guy. And then, like I met with him and he was just like coaching me about business. I mean, I have a little bit of idea of business, but overall, at the end of the day, like he benefited because I created actually a workout plan for him, right? I was talking about other things I'm interested in,
Hmm.
right? Just have other things going on. And knowing I was super into fitness, I was able to like create a workout plan for him. And actually, I became his trainer until like he moved, right? And I remember like
That's
the first
hard.
time I trained him for like a week, bro, he wrote me a $500 check, just for
Oh,
training him
that's hard.
for a week.
That's fire.
Yeah, like
That's
yeah,
fire.
$500 check, man. At the end of the day, like sometimes like there are other people who are gonna learn a lot, who are gonna be more knowledgeable about than you about a certain field. But go in there, be able to like offer some type of value, like you said, man. Like
Hmm.
if you know how to manage social media better than them, at least at the end of the day, they are leaving out that networking event with something that they didn't know before. You know,
Right.
Yep.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
think
Absolutely.
just to add to almost to that same point, I think some people, everyone has something, no matter how successful you are, that you
right,
don't like doing,
correct,
that you don't like
fact,
doing. So, like to be honest, if you like trying to connect with somebody, you might want to just look for that thing that they don't like doing.
right,
You can even ask them maybe straight up, like, what's like the worst part of the business,
right,
and see if you could do that for
right.
them.
Help
You
them,
know what
yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like some
Yeah.
people hate writing emails, or you know what I mean. Some people just, like I said, hate social media or whatever, and it's like, well, you might not like it either, but I'm telling you, if you can find the pain points on what they're doing and add value
right,
there, I promise
right,
you,
right.
you know what I mean.
Yep.
That's first class ticket to
And
connect for sure.
I also want to add to that too, like be a student, right? I feel like talk less, like go in there to like want to learn. Because I feel
Hmm.
like sometimes we'll go into networking event, we want to like show off, like we know
Yep.
everything, right? We don't want to
Yeah.
give other
Yep.
people like opportunity to actually teach us. We don't know everything, so just go in there with the mindset like, oh, I'm a student. I'm here to like learn. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not. It's not about ego. It's not about what you know. It's
Hmm.
about a place to like share value. Don't just go in there acting like you know everything. Just
Yeah.
go in there with that
Hmm.
mindset like you want to learn, you want to create, you want to give value out of that situation.
Absolutely. I'm glad that
Yeah.
you touched on that because that's actually something that I wanted to touch on is the 80/20 rule, right? When I think when it comes to networking, when you find yourself in those spaces, don't overshare, don't overtalk. I mean, in the sense of like, sometimes we could just get caught up in rambling and, to your point, DG, we want to show off and like,
Right.
you know, we have an abundance of knowledge and it's like, oh, I'm going to drop all these gems. But I honestly, there's a time and place for that always,
Right.
right? But I think,
Right.
especially when you're networking, it's always the 80/20 rule. I think you should be listening 80% of the time, talking 20% of the time. Because honestly, most times when people are talking, especially like when it's people that you genuinely want to connect with and
Right.
network with, they'll honestly tell you a lot of like their strengths and like what maybe some of their sports sore spots of their business and stuff like might be if you just happen to listen, right? You have to be actively listening though. Like, and
For
so
sure.
I think listen going into it with the intent of understanding and then, that's how you can benefit from it. And then it's just like, oh,
Right.
actually, you touched on this point. I can actually help you out with this. And they're like,
Right.
oh man, like it also shows that like you're invested and you were actually genuinely like listening to what they're saying, like
For
kind of thing.
sure.
So it adds buy-in, and so I think that's also just another method of networking just in general is just showing genuine interest. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people go into it with just fluff and talk a lot of BS,
Right.
but if you show genuine interest, if you ask people the right questions and whatnot, they'll tell you the right answers, and they'll also they'll they'll be like, "Oh, damn, like you kind of like you know what you talk about, like because
Right.
you're asking the right questions and whatnot." And not only that, but it just shows that you genuinely know your stuff because you're asking the right questions, and you're showing genuine interest in what I have going on. So that automatically creates a bridge where it's just like, all right, I want to connect with this person because they always tap in and they always know exactly like the right questions to ask, and they always show genuine interest. I think that's a huge thing. It's like some people you can tell when people are just asking questions to
Right.
just be either be nosy or to just get something out of it. One of the
Right.
two, like, was one of those you can feel it. You
Hmm.
can feel it where it's just I know he's asking me this question because he's trying to follow up with another question
Right.
about something that he really wants. At the end of the
Yeah.
day. But I think when you
You can
go
feel
into the
it coming,
mentality,
huh?
you feel it. You
I
can
can
feel it
feel
coming.
it
It's just like I see. I'm
coming
waiting. I'm
every
waiting.
night.
And here we are. Okay. Yep.
There it
Yep.
is. There it
Yeah,
is.
you backstage passes. I knew you was gonna ask for
Yeah.
it. So,
All right, man. Here we
all
go.
right, yeah,
For sure. What
Yeah,
are some
bro.
other ways that you guys think like some good ways
I
to
wanted to
do
just
that?
double down on what he said on the ask part. I think like asking the right question, the specific ones too, about what they do and
Right.
showing interest in what they do. It allows you to have that 80-20 because a lot of people be like, well, how do I make the conversation go 80-20?
Right.
Ask questions and then let them talk. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I think to be honest, I would almost ask questions until like a lot of people at the end of that conversation will ask you what you do.
Right.
You know
hmm
what
Right.
I mean? And at that point, if they talked enough, areas that they do that could line up, especially when you do multiple things.
hmm
If they talk about multiple things, they like by the time they ask you what you do, you can start lead with the thing that fits the
Right.
conversation best.
Right.
You know
yeah,
what I mean? So I
yeah,
think
Right.
that's super important to like just be interested in what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And I think just a small way to network, man, is just like give a genuine compliment, especially like if you're like in those like just like networking events and stuff like that. Somebody got you don't even have to always know who it is, just networking in
Right.
general, like yo, just a genuine compliment. Somebody got a dope Denver uh jacket on, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that
Right.
jacket's dope, bro. That's clean, bro. Yeah, I remember it. That's the 2015 championship.
Right.
hmm
Yeah, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Just find other ways where you connect, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
yeah, Peyton Manning, you know what I
Right.
mean? So like just
Right.
those other little connections, I think is always dope to hit on, you know what I mean?
Right.
hmm
One another good way I would say just showing up on time and making sure that when you're there having a business
yep,
card,
yep,
about your business or whatever you
Hmm.
do, so that way people can like find you, right? Because nowadays,
yeah,
like it's easier to just hand some your business card instead of like going through your phone trying to give a phone number based on the time and all that. I think it's also important because I see
hmm
sometimes people will be hosting networking event and they're late. I'm like, how are you hosting a networking event and you're not even
That,
here?
that's crazy.
Like what's going on? So like be responsible, man. Not being on time. If
yeah,
you say it's gonna start at 5, if you're the host, make sure you're there.
yep,
You don't want
yep,
people who are like showing up and now you're not there. They gotta wait like extra 30 minutes to get started. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's another good way to like make sure that
yeah.
it's effective,
I'm
being on time.
I'm glad you touched on that, DG, because that's what I'm learning as you get older is just being respectful and mindful of other people's time, right? Because no one likes their time wasted. You don't like your time wasted, and so I think being intentional about being on time, like even if it's just like you're doing a Zoom
Right.
meeting or something like that, just make sure that like you're showing up on time.
Right.
Like just like you would show up on time to an interview,
Right.
you should show up on time, to this meeting,
Right.
right? If you take it seriously enough, because
Right.
it also just shows, to your point, it shows like the investment, it shows that you're being intentional and also mindful and respectful of people's time because no one, I'm not gonna lie. I've notoriously been bad in my history about being late. Like, but I'm trying to be a lot more intentional about being on time. For the fact of the matter, like I don't ever want to feel like I'm like blatantly disrespecting
Right.
somebody. And I've been in situations where like people have shown up like 40 minutes late to like meetings and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Right,
fam, like
right,
what what the
right.
fuck? Like I
Just late for no
I get
reason. Just
that things
late for no
happen. I get
reason.
that
Just
things
late.
happen,
Like,
but that's crazy though, you know. So I'm glad you touched on that because that's a huge
yeah,
thing.
yeah, because we're all professionals. My time is important. If you said 5:30, if I'm there, like, gotta wait extra 35, 40 minutes for us to get started, I could be doing something else. You could have just said 6 p.m. in the group chat.
Facts. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Right. Right. I
right.
didn't
Just
have to
said
be there
six
for that
thirty.
30. You know what I mean? I
Right,
didn't move stuff around in my day for that too. You
Hmm.
right.
know.
I,
I think another thing
I,
that I think about
I,
off that I think about is like is is giving opportunities and giving gems. That's one way.
Hmm.
That's like one of my best ways for me to connect. If I have an opportunity that comes across my way and it's for someone else, so I could throw the oop to someone else to, you know what I mean, to win off of. I'ma always do that. You know what I
right,
mean? And it's not really like I'm even looking for something, maybe ever. You know what I mean? But it just always just strengthens the connection between anybody that I throw that opportunity for,
Yeah.
or that piece of that piece of knowledge for. Man, I mean, if you help somebody do something that they're doing, or like that's right in line with what they're already trying to do, then I feel like it builds natural trust.
Yeah.
Especially with not wanting something. I don't want nothing from it. Not just you.
right,
You just seem like you be the one that worked for this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love to throw the oops on multiple levels, man. So that's always a way that I've been able to connect.
right.
So
Hmm.
And
even
what?
like just to double down on that, as far as the giving gems, right? Like I'm gonna give a specific one. Moody gave me a gem today. I'm gonna just say it while we on here, man. Shout out to Moody, man.
Shout out to
But she
Moody.
told me like something I didn't know is like there's unclaimed money in
Right.
states. Like, and it's just from stuff that you didn't do before. Like it might have came from like old jobs, or just like you overpaid for like a bill back in the day or something like that. You could literally just go on the site and then just type your name
Oh
in, and
shit.
it'll show if you have unclaimed money or not. I did it today, bro. I had $250 in there, bro.
Damn,
No way.
that's
two hundred
crazy.
and fifty dollars, bro.
Hey,
That, to be honest, like she wasn't doing it to network. She was doing it to throw to what I'm
That-
saying, just to show
that's
love.
fire.
But
hey,
like
I
a
need
gym like
that
that,
site.
I'm
I
gonna send you.
ASAP.
I'm gonna send y'all the. I'm
I
gonna
need
send.
that site
Hey,
expeditiously.
anybody
My
who's on
money
here,
is not
man,
needed
I'm gonna
now.
send y'all the
My
site,
money is
bro.
not
Yeah,
needed now.
I know.
and no, and it literally is though. It
877 cash
literally is
now,
your.
baby.
It's literally your money. You know what I'm saying?
877
So
cash now.
shout out to Moody, man. Whoever wants the site, man. Let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Please,
So.
Oh, y'all
please.
better call JG Wentworth, man. Come on.
Facts.
I need to claim. I need all my monies, man. I need all my
Just give me
monies.
my money.
Give me my money.
Hey, Hanifa, you could look up other people's name. Hanifa, I gotta holler at you too, cause there's something I tell you about that site that I seen. So I'm gonna
Right.
holler at you, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
Yes, sir.
So
That's fire. Yeah.
shout out to Marco. That's why he asked me, Diamond, what do you do for a living? So Marco kind of like put me on game today, right? So when we was having a conversation, he asked me, like, what do you do for a living? And I pretty much just talked about my 9 to 5 job. I never really mentioned anything about my business. And he was like, nah, bro, like I end of the day, why you out here promoting like other people, things when you can be promoting and talking about your own business? Because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, by doing that, right? Let's say if you got a networking event, if you're just talking about your business, you can meet someone who's actually in that same business, and you guys can like link up, and they can be able to like help you elevate your business instead of just talking about your 9 to 5 job. So that's like a gem that I learned today. Usually I would just like talk about, oh yeah, I work in finance, I work in underwriting. I never really like go in
Yeah.
details about my business, but you're like, nah, sometimes bro, it's
Yeah.
just always good to like talk about what you do, especially from
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur.
And especially what I love about that is out here in New York, man, it's different when it comes to networking because people genuinely want to know what you have going on, right?
Right,
Because you never know who somebody is and if they be able to help
right,
you with
right,
whatever it is that you might need. They might be the missing plug that you had no idea. So
for
like
sure.
Hmm?
when it comes to networking, that's what I've learned networking out here in New York specifically. Um, or I'm sure it applies to really like any kind of like mecca where there's like a lot of
Right,
people, like just a lot of business, a lot of finance and all that stuff. Just a lot of people who are just tapped in. People legitimately like just want like they're curious. They want to know what you got going on
right,
because oftentimes, especially out here in New York, they don't be horsing around. They be
right,
like, "Bet I could actually connect you to my guy right now." Like
right,
and
right,
and most times like people are just very adamant about wanting to like help.
Right.
And it's not always the case, right? But closed mouths don't get fed, to that point.
True.
And so I'm
True.
glad that Marco mentioned that
Yeah.
because it is important to share
Right.
genuinely what it is that you're
Right.
doing, the things that
Right.
you're passionate about, because
Right.
you never know who can
Right.
help you at any given
Right.
moment,
Right.
because sometimes people just want to step up and just extend, a helping hand at any given moment, man.
Sure.
So
No,
so
it's fine.
be
Yeah.
sure to share
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, Mark, yeah, he shared some gem today. And I also say another good way to network, man, is networking. Just go out there to network. Because I feel like sometimes people go to networking event and they'll just say by themselves, I want to talk to anyone, right? You could have
Mm-hmm.
sat home. What's the point of you going to a networking event when you're just gonna be scrolling on your phone all day on
Yep.
IG? That's not
Yep.
networking.
That's not networking.
I know sometimes uncomfortable, but you gotta go out there and break that ice, like go and talk to people. You're there to network. Don't just sit there and scroll on your phone and not be part
Mhm.
of the event. Like go out there. I mean, it's a little bit uncomfortable. Like talk to people, like get some exposure, like connect. Because at the end of the day, you there to like share ideas and like connect with people that
Yeah.
can actually help elevate you, or you could elevate them too. So I think it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
To just go out there, actually be social,
Yep.
to
Just
network.
try,
Facts.
bro. Just say
Yeah.
something, right? Like, just say
Yeah.
something. Just make sure you don't, like we talked about earlier. Like, I think we had, like a episode on going to conferences. If you go to a conferences and you don't talk to anybody there, then you don't. It's not about the knowledge that you just get from the stage. It's like
Right,
all the wealth
Mm-hmm.
of like connections that
Mm-hmm.
surround you. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like, just talk to
Mm-hmm.
somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
right,
like
Well,
I said, the easiest way is just to start with like a small little
right,
compliment. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Oh, them shoes is fire. You know what I mean? Oh,
right,
I like the way you put that together. You know what I mean?
right,
What you up here for? What brought you up here? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
right,
That little
right,
quick little thing is like already, you know what I mean? It's a conversation. You in a conversation now, So
Yeah.
right,
Or what we learned at InvestFest is be a walking billboard, right?
right.
Our
I
shirts
saw that. Right,
alone
I saw that on the video. Right,
created so many
literally.
people were coming up to us and just like, what y'all got going on,
Right,
man?
right,
Simply because we had shirts that said we're taking 15 people to Africa.
right,
Like who's coming?
right.
And everybody was like, I'm coming,
yeah,
kind of thing. So it was just things like that, like you can find ways to be creative
Right,
and whatnot. And sometimes you don't even have to open your mouth in order to attract someone's attention. And that's exactly
right,
a way to do it,
right,
but to the point, if you're going to these places, if you're going to these professional mixers, if you're going to these networking conferences, all that stuff, you have to like want to connect, because there's so much money that's in that room. It's just
facts.
we think about
A
like the
lot.
people that were like on stage, at InvestFest, like you had the 50 Cents, the Steve Harveys, a few billionaires on there. Like, I'm sure there was a lot of money that was on that stage. There's a lot of money that's in that crowd too. Like, there's a lot of people who are doing amazing things
Right.
and running very successful businesses, and so I know oftentimes we always want to network vertically, but sometimes
Right.
networking horizontally is the best way to do it.
Right.
Like, we're all in that crowd for the same reason. We all are
Right.
there to like learn, to absorb gems, but also to connect with people. And like, at the end of the day, we just want to better ourselves.
Right.
And the best way to do that is to connect with the people that are right there that you have access to. Of course, we would
For
all like
sure.
to like directly be able to have. I'd love to have Robert F. Smith's number in my
right.
phone. I'd love to have that, right? I'd
Mr.
love
Smith.
that. But hey, Mr. Smith, how you doing, man? I just want to let you know, man, you kind of cool. And my
Yeah.
name's Jesus. I'm kind of cool too. So I think we should. Hey, let's work.
Let's work.
Making
You know,
friends again with my friends.
let's work. Like of course, who wouldn't want that, right? But there's so many people that are around you, bro. So,
Oh gosh,
I'm just
bro.
saying. If you ever told Robert F. Smith, let's work, bro,
hey, let's work. Let's work, fam.
I would be weak.
Bro, I feel
I
like
would be weak.
he's so used. No, for Robert F. Smith, you have to say "let's work." He's so used to people being so professional all the time,
Yeah.
and I feel like "let's work" might stand out. You might stand out by saying
Oh
"let's work," and then
my God, bro.
and
If
then
I
he'll be
heard one
like,
of y'all if I walked by and I heard you talking to Robert F. Smith and say, let's work,
and
I
then
would be
he'll just come
weak,
and
bro.
play songs.
Hey, let's work. Mr. Smith, let's work.
Hell no.
Nah, it's
That's
true though.
crazy.
Nah, it's fact, bro. Like even like shout out to Hanifa. She like, damn, you're so humble, but pop up shit. That's one of
Pop
my
your
goals
shit,
this
man.
year. That's one of my goals this year. Just trying to like talk about more of what I do. Because at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes when you start to talk about just things you're doing, right? other people start to feel some type of way. Like people who don't have
Yeah.
that mindset, don't have that motivation as you are. They're trying to
Yeah.
start to think that
Yeah.
you're being boastful. You're trying to brag, right? You're trying to show up.
Yeah.
So all that just kind of like try to hold you back. Because sometimes if you share your ideas and your goals are the wrong people, there's sometimes like trying to look down on you,
Yeah.
right? Like, damn, like, who you think you are?
Yeah.
But I need
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to break away from that mindset, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that
Facts.
the people that are in my circle, or those are the people that are supportive. Those are the
Hmm.
people that want to see me shine, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, something that
Yeah.
I need to break away from
So,
for
so,
sure.
so two things to follow up on that. Diamond is definitely starting to get some confidence because we was on the meeting later. He was talking mad shit on. I was like, that boy, his business became successful. He was talking bad shit. I had to kick his ass off the Google meeting. I was like, nah,
Yeah,
get out of here,
man.
boy. He was popping his shit earlier. So I done, he stepped into 2025 with a newfound energy. So I did just want to name
I
that.
said, as you can
I'm,
tell, business is good.
I'm tired. I'm just tired of being bullied by Zenas all my life. So I'm trying to stand up for myself. I'm tired.
That boy was popping his shit earlier.
It's
Um,
about time for me to stand up.
Secondly, to touch on that point, bro, you're absolutely right. I think you can tell when something, I don't want to necessarily say forced,
Right,
but there's a different type of energy, there's a different type of charisma that people have when they're actually sharing what they're passionate about and what they
Yeah.
have going.
right,
Like, I get people who tell me that all the time. They're like, I could tell you're really passionate about like music and being a DJ and remote
right,
escapes and all these things because they're like when you talk about it, like there's just a certain light to it. Like
right,
you have
right,
a certain glow about you, kind of thing. Whereas if I'm talking about like a 9 to 5 or something, it's just like, yeah, I
right,
do this and I
Yeah.
do
right,
that, like, and it's not the same, right? Like I said, I don't want to necessarily say that it feels forced, but you could just tell that the passion and the fire isn't there. But when it's just like when I'm tapped in and I'm sharing about like what it is that I like that gets me going at the end of the
right,
day, man. It's just,
right,
people are like, yo, that's what you need to like. You need to
right,
channel all of that. And I'm like, yeah, I
right,
appreciate it.
right,
Because to your point, there are a lot of people who want to see you do well, man.
right. No, for sure, man. That's one thing I'm realizing, right? I'm learning that, sometimes most often, like, you have people like end of the day, they feel some type of way, right? Because when you succeed, doing things better, they feel some type of way.
Hmm.
Instead of them being inspired, to reach out to you like, hey, bro, like, how can we connect? Let's work.
That's what. Hey, and as funny as that is, though, I gotta say, man, less work is better than nothing. Still, though,
No,
That's
it
true.
is.
you
That's
It
know what
is
I'm
better
true.
than
saying?
nothing,
That's
right? It
true.
is better than nothing.
You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? Try not to say let's work, but say something. You know what I'm saying? If you
Right,
can, and if let's work is all you
right.
can get out, get
Right.
it out,
I
man.
agree. I
You know
agree.
what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, what I was trying to say is like instead of them like being inspired, trying to like learn from you, like they trying to like create resentment towards you in the sense that oh my he's trying to show up, he's trying to be like he's trying to act like he's better than me, and this type of
Yeah,
energy is like it's just hard to be around this type of people.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
but yeah,
Facts.
but 2025 is gonna be different, man. We gonna put out that positive energy. We're grinding this year.
Hmm.
We networking. Yeah,
Hmm.
and that's one thing. That's actually one of my goals this year too. Something that for me personally, networking been something that I really never really did a lot of them, right? Because I feel like most often like I really never really find any tangible like value out of it. But like, however, maybe it was because I went to like I said, the raw networking event. However, this year I'm trying to like put myself in this position, like trying to be around people like that I can learn from, that we can like share ideas, inspire one another.
Hmm.
So that's actually one of my goals this year. So I'm like gonna look into like going to like networking conferences, business conferences, invest all those things, bro. Those are the things that I'm trying to do different this year compared to like last year and all that stuff. So yeah.
Hmm.
So that's a good thing that we're actually having this conversation right now. Because that's
Going
something I
to,
actually been thinking
we
about.
going we going 20 deep to Invest Fest this year. What we
Oh,
doing?
for
Yes,
sure, bro.
sir.
Let's
Yes,
let's
sir.
do that, man. Let's
That's
do
what's
that.
up,
Let's make
man.
that happen.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So yeah, that's kind of one of my goals this year, just to be around people who are killers, man. I mean, killers in a good way.
Told you, man.
Hey, I got killers around me, man, left and right.
Killers.
um,
So that's
but
all I'm talking about.
something
Yeah.
else that I wanted to touch on, man, I think is such a huge pivotal piece of networking, man, is following up, man.
Come on,
For
Enough people
sure.
man.
don't talk about that,
Come
man.
Right.
It's all
on,
about the
man.
art of the follow up. Honestly, when it comes to networking, that life-changing opportunity isn't going to happen right there in that moment.
True.
More times than not, it's not going to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen in the follow-up.
For
You know,
sure.
it's and consistency is everything. We all understand that. And I'm not saying you got to be sweating these people all day, every day, but just be intentional about following up with people, sending an email, sending a DM on IG, setting reminders for yourself. Like I haven't heard from this person. Let me set a reminder like 2 months from now to just tap in and just, check
Right.
and see how things are going, type thing. That's where a lot of the money is. It's in the follow-up.
For sure.
Literally, bro. That's like a gym that my music manager Tim Gelt. Shout out to Tim Gelt, man.
Yep.
TG13, what up, man?
TG13,
Um,
man.
but man, he's the first person I heard that from, and I didn't see it in action until I started working with him, and that's literally what it is. He would always say the money is in the follow up,
Mm.
and literally what that usually is like it's like a saying, but it's the real thing too, right? Like if you go to a club and you like, I'm interested in DJing here, you know what I mean? They're like, okay, yeah, send this email. It's not gonna happen when you talk to them.
Hmm.
Send the email. Maybe they book you and the money's there.
Yep.
The money is always in the follow up. It's not in
Yep.
that initial connection, man.
Hmm.
So just learning that and realizing that the opportunity, and it might not be even that fast. It might not be one email, right? Like
Right.
it might be multiple ones. It might not happen this week. It might be next year. You know what I mean? But just really just following up on that is where the money resides.
Right.
Where the money resides. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know what I mean? But this is something that I think we was talking about a little bit earlier. I want to bring it back into play now, man, because it's a little bit of ego, and I think everybody has it, right? How many times are you following up before you're not, without getting anything back from the other person before you're
Right.
not anymore? How many times are y'all doing that? Kick us off,
Uh,
DZ.
Man, to be honest, I really don't have a time limit, right? It just depends, right? If there's someone I really want to network with, I'm not just gonna go blowing up your phone every day. But if I reach out to you a couple of times, you don't answer, I'm probably just gonna give you a little more time and reach out. I'm just gonna keep trying, to be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
doesn't really hurt, especially if I'm not hitting you up, blowing up your phone every day. Every once in a while, if
Yeah.
I'm hitting you up, hey, bro, like I'm just checking up on you. We had a conversation last week. Just want to make sure, are you available this weekend? Because sometimes people are busy, they don't see the text,
Yeah.
right? So for
Exactly.
me, I don't have a time, like how many times I should like follow up on that. I'm just gonna keep trying. If there's somebody I really want to network with, I'm just gonna keep trying, to be
Yeah.
honest.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think it depends on how intentional I am about connecting with this person. Because if it's somebody that I think is is gonna bring a lot to the table and is of value, then I'm absolutely like if we're talking about like a Robert F. Smith, boy, I'm following up. I'm following up just to follow
Right.
up. Hey, I'm following up in regards to my last follow up, and then I'm gonna follow up again, and I'm just letting you know, like I'm gonna be following up. So
Right.
I think to your point, DG, I'm not necessarily blowing this person up.
Right.
I think especially after we immediately connect,
Right.
there's gonna be like several times that I hit you up. Like I'm gonna hit you up right after to be like, hey, it was great meeting you.
Right.
Just wanted to, thank you for your time.
Right.
Then I might follow up 48 hours later. Hey, just circling back, it was really great meeting you again. Just wanted to make sure you have my contact information.
Right.
Boom. Then, like maybe like a week from then, maybe 2 weeks,
Right.
I might give them some time to breathe because to your point, DG,
Right.
people be busy, life be
Right.
life and too. So I'll follow up again. But after that, like, I get that realistically, like you lose steam like
Right.
from wanting to follow up because if you're like consistently
Right.
hitting somebody and not getting anything back,
Right.
but there's always ways to pivot.
Right.
Maybe I can't get to Robert F. Smith directly, but maybe I could get to his assistant,
Right. Facts.
right? So let me
Facts.
see if I can get his assistant's information and
Right.
maybe I can follow up with her, type
Right.
thing. So I
Right.
think there's different ways that you can follow up. But like I said, a big thing that I do is I set reminders for myself. I'll set a
Mm.
reminder to follow up like a month out. Like, okay, like a month from now, like I just put it in my calendar, follow up with so and so, kind
Right.
of thing. And then at the end of the day, like there's no limit to how many times you can follow up. You just want to be mindful that you're not
Right.
overdoing
Right.
it because there is a method to the madness, right?
Right.
You can't be blowing somebody up where it's just like,
Less
but I
work.
think also
Less work.
the less
Now
work every time.
there's a small there's a small like leverage, but I mean there's a small difference between a thin line between like following up and then it moving into what not to do. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
facts.
Getting somebody's contact and then I think even calling them immediately, I don't think that's not
Mm,
the move.
Right,
You know
mm,
what I mean? You're not in their call status yet. Look at emails and look at text first to get to the call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's a way not to do that too. You know what I
hmm
mean? So, just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, but to that point, man, I think yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily a limit to how many times you should follow up, but I
right.
typically like I would say I follow up about 5 times
Hmm.
on average, and then after that, it's just like all right, well. Maybe it is whenever whenever I come across it, maybe I'm scrolling on a timeline and I see them. I'm like, oh yeah, like let me go ahead and follow up again. You know, like I haven't followed up in a couple of months. Let me just reach out, kind of thing.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I said, setting reminders is huge for that though. What
But
about you?
why if oh go ahead, Ramon.
No, no, go ahead, DG. What were you going to ask?
No, I was gonna say, man, that's good too. I'm just saying, what if like they never respond, like right after a year? Do you keep trying or
Yeah, hell yeah.
yeah?
Is
I,
there
I
somebody
think
That
I
was
think
you're still trying for now?
for me. No,
nah, mm,
that's what I'm saying. I
nah,
think for me it's like
nah.
a year, bro. I think like after a while, like you said, bro, you just lose that steam, that momentum
Yeah.
to reach out again. Because then they're like, man,
Yeah, but I've seen success stories. Like I've seen people
right,
like I've seen DJs like Diplo, for instance. Like
right.
I remember him vividly share. One of his fans literally DM'd him every day for a year.
Damn.
Every
Woo.
day, 365 times he DM'd him every day, and he eventually ended up seeing it, and he ended up getting back to him. He was
Right.
like, and he shared it. Like he shared like all the messages. He was like this is commitment A, but also B, like like he's like, I would never do something like this, but I appreciate you doing it. Like it just shows how committed you are to
Right.
like, and he gave him like free backstage passes to like his next, festival type
Right.
deal. So, you know, I think there, like I said, there is a method to the
Right.
madness. I'm not
Right.
saying you should be blowing somebody up every damn day for 300 for the whole
Right.
year. That's a lot.
Right.
Especially if you're trying to connect
Right.
professionally. That's a
Right.
completely different thing.
Right.
But there's no one that I'm trying to connect with like that
Right.
now. But
Right.
like I said, I think if I met somebody who I was really adamant about connecting with, I don't think there would be a limit to it.
Right. And also, I just
I'm
want to
taking notes from
say,
y'all. I just want I
yeah.
just want to say I'm taking notes from y'all
Right.
because I've always been on the other side. I don't know if it was ego or just like I sometimes I feel like when people like ignore me, it's like a natural
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
I agree.
diminishing of my worth.
Yeah,
I
It's
agree.
like it feels diminishing of my worth, like they don't see value in
Right.
working with me. And in the past, that's like pushed me away
Right.
from like, you know
hmm
what I mean? Like yo, if 2 times or 3 times, maybe I think
Right.
three probably in the past was like the most I would go. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
I'm taking notes from y'all now because I do see that. But yeah, man, I don't know. And I'm still on the side. Like I get if it's still somebody you want to work and
Right.
they're showing signs of maybe still showing
Right.
signs of something,
Right.
hmm
Right.
but nothing. I think that it's there are people that are like would be excited or like you know happy to like work with you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Would be honored
facts.
to work with you on the other side of that. And it might not be them, but it might be
Right.
somebody in a similar position
Right.
as them that sees your worth better.
Right.
hmm
You know
Right.
what I mean? So I still think I'm gonna be find a little bit of that's gonna be
Yeah,
tough for me still moving forward.
Right.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But I do get that.
yeah, yeah,
If it's like somebody that you're actually trying to connect with, that
yeah.
it can't hurt to follow
I
up.
mean, I do.
And to that point, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was gonna say that it can't hurt. Like literally, like
Yeah.
there's the worst thing they can say is no. Honestly, the worst thing they can say is nothing, right? Like the worst thing they can do is just not get back to you. The best thing, like I think, weighing out the pros versus the cons. The pro of this is they actually get back to me, and there's a possibility that like we connect. And you also have to think too, like it depends on who you're reaching out to. To your
Right.
point, like there's plenty of people who probably I could connect with a lot more immediately,
Right.
and are willing to, which you should still be intentional about connecting with those people. But I'm saying for those people who are more kind of just like a Hail Mary, where it's just like there's probably like no shot that this works,
Right.
but in the off chance that it does, right? Like in 2025, like we said, we taking all
Right.
shots, right? So like
Right.
the worst thing that can come out of this is they don't respond. The best thing that comes out of this is all of a sudden we working. And it's
Right.
just like, that let's work. It worked. Shit. Like, like I hit him about 12 times, but like on that 12th time, it was just like, damn, like this dude has hit me
Right.
about like 11 times prior. Let me at least see what he's talking about,
Right.
kind of thing. And I get that, like, no one to her point, to Bonifa's point, being a bugaboo, it doesn't feel good, right? Like, especially like when somebody's just not getting back to you. But I also think about it from their perspective too. Like, if I was like a Robert F. Smith, why would I be entertaining like you can't entertain
Right.
everybody, right? Like
Right.
even if like I met him at a conference, the likeliness of me connecting with him
Right.
is very unlikely. Like even
Right.
after that, if we somehow exchange contact information, I'm absolutely gonna follow up and I'm
Right.
gonna continue to follow up until hopefully I break through. Because the worst case scenario is he just never gets back to me. The
Right.
best case scenario is I have a direct line of contact
Right.
to Robert F. Smith,
Right.
so
Right.
I think that's something that I've come to like learn more recently, like in like the
Right.
last year, especially being out here in New York, is that, the worst thing that comes out of this, you just continue to just get left on red.
Right.
Best thing that comes out of this, shit, who knows?
Well,
Sky's
that's
the limit.
true. My question is, will you be able to do that? Will you do that with someone who you perceive that you guys might be on the same level, right? Let's say you went out to a
Mm.
networking event, you met a DJ, right, and you
Mm.
believe that you and him might be on the same level, right? Will you still be that persistent when he's not being receptive towards your text? Will you still keep following up?
No.
Okay.
Nah, like I said, like because to me that's not so much like a Hail Mary. Like I said,
Right.
there's
Okay.
there's there's
It's a
there's
different
networking vertically
strategy,
and
correct?
there's networking horizontally. If it's somebody that I like met, like I've connected with a lot of DJs. I mean, even at InvestFest, I ended up connecting with a DJ who was playing at InvestFest. Shout out DJ
Right.
Popo, he's fire. But we ended up connecting. But if I had reached out to him and like, I reached out about like 4 or 5 times and he didn't get back to me,
Right.
at the end of the day, it's like, all right, I tried, but like, like it is
Right.
what it is, like
Okay.
kind of thing. Because like I think like I said, that's more of like a Hail Mary play. I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
I'm not
Right.
saying you should do that with everybody.
Okay.
Like you should definitely not be doing that. There's not enough time in the day to be doing that all day,
Right.
every day
Yeah.
with
Right.
like 27 different people. That's crazy. I'm talking about the Hail Mary play. This has to be somebody that I'm really adamant about connecting
Okay.
with in
Okay.
order to put this kind of effort
Right.
into. I'm
Right.
not,
Because I
not
was
putting that into anybody.
okay.
Or connected with like my baby Riri or something like that. Like it's like, nah, I'm joking. I'm not ever sliding under somebody's DMs like that.
Right.
That's crazy.
I mean, I feel like yeah, this
God, that's a good question. That's a good question, though, DG. I was thinking that same thing. Is like, who are the type of people that ends up
right.
getting it? And it almost seems like whoever we in our own mind put more
Right.
value on, we're going to
Right.
give them
Yeah.
Right.
more reach outs, right? I guess that's
Yep.
that's kind of how that pans out. Um, yeah, it's tough though, right? Like, cause it's like eh, you know that's just another person on the other side of that too. So whether
Right.
they're on
Exactly.
the way there or
Hmm.
what I mean, like, or already there, you know what I mean, it's kind of like,
Right.
I don't know. It's still tough for me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to shout out to Mark Ellis real quick because he said I like a good referral for networking. He said
Yep.
an example, if DG connects me with anyone, that's gold. Like if Z knows somebody I want to get in touch with, I'm definitely leveraging Z to make the
Yep.
introduction.
Yeah.
That's one.
Absolutely.
That's big gem for anybody watching, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the best ones ever. Is to be like, yo, you know that guy? Could you connect me to him?
Yep.
Because you
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Facts.
especially if it's somebody that knows your character, and if your
Right.
character been solid, they
Right.
probably won't mind doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We were talking about it earlier. Don't nobody like a cold call. Everybody likes a warm intro, man. Like
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
someone being able to um someone be able to coordinate that for you is a huge play. Like, and
Right.
it's especially to your point, Pete. If this person, if we're a mutual friend, like they probably already know that, like. if somebody I know is connected to one of y'all, like they probably can vouch that. Like anybody he's referring me to is probably a solid person. So like
Right.
that's
Thanks.
already kind of like an in. It's just like, man, I know he rocks with nothing but good people. So yeah, let me go ahead and hear what he got to say. You know, like, oh, you wanna connect me with Kels? Oh, Kels, what you got going on over here, my guy?
Yeah,
You
Right.
know, boom. From
thanks.
there, it's just like, all right, yeah,
Right. But going back to what Ramon said earlier, I feel that though, because after a while, but when you start to like text people and they're not responding, you're like, man, like who you think you is? You
yeah.
know, like I was like, I,
I feel you.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said, not anybody, not just everybody gets that type of
Right.
like effort, is what I'm
Right.
saying.
'Cause I
I'm
get it.
definitely not saying that.
You are at a certain level, but you're just a human. You're not that special. We
Yeah,
breathe the same air. You know,
yeah,
we do everything different. You just have your bank account just a little different. You just have more zeros in yours
yeah.
than mine.
Yeah.
You
But to
know.
be fair, just because like I do see like things that we're doing in life, and we're starting to,
Right.
we're starting to slowly level up, right? We're,
Right.
it's like a slow burn of us leveling up, and I do understand it's like the part of leveling up is getting busy, right?
Right.
So then there's somebody who's just at like ground
Right.
zero, and maybe we're that person now
Right.
that they want to connect with. And then
Hmm.
Right.
to be honest, one DM might not get through to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Just to
True.
be honest, right? Right?
Right.
Like they hit me one time, like, "Hey, man, I love what you do, man. I'd love to connect." That might not be the one yet. To be
Right.
honest, like it might
Hmm.
not
Right.
be like I'm ready. I'm ready to work yet.
Right.
I
Yep,
probably, maybe, So I do see that though, and then
Right.
yep,
and as you go to higher levels, you value time.
Correct.
That's what I've started to realize is like a lot of people value time, so
Right.
they're not rushing to get back to anybody who wants to get back to him. You know
Right.
what I mean? That anybody wants to
Right.
hmm
talk to him. So
Right.
I do get that part, but it is tough. I'd like there to be some type of like mutual respect a little bit,
yeah,
or like
Right.
some type of like form of lifeline. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
Right.
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
And
I did
that's
just want to
too.
circle.
Go ahead,
Oh no,
D.
go ahead, DJ. No, no,
No,
go ahead.
I was going to say about the DM, right? But sometimes people, send you like unprofessional messages, just like some bullshit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Facts.
and they're not professional. And then when you click their profile, like, no disrespect, but like they're not like nothing good or what I perceive to be good, right? It's not those are not the
Right,
type of
right,
people
right,
I
right.
want to, network with and stuff like that. Like I remember like a couple, like a while ago when I went downtown, like a couple years ago. And then I met this dude. He was cool and everything. He was like, bro, let's connect. We had a good time at, View House and everything. He was like, let's connect. But whenever I click on his profile, like seeing what he was doing on IG, those are not the type of people I want to be around. So for that reason, I just like just kind of like nah. So I feel like sometimes whenever you're reaching out to people, you got to be a representation of what you're trying to like
Hmm.
attract into your life too.
Absolutely,
Just like you can't
absolutely.
be
Facts.
like let's connect with Robert F. Smith, and all I'm doing is like smoking, like we all there on my IG, like like
Hey,
with
bro,
guns and all
I
that.
keep I hit you like 5 times, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Hit me
let's
back,
work,
bro.
fam. Hey, let's
right.
work,
Let's work,
fam.
my nigga. Let's work, my nigga.
You gotta be professional, right? You gotta like represent what you're trying to attract to. So I think sometimes that too can be a detriment too if you're reaching out to people, you're trying to connect with them, they click on your profile because nowadays social media is like a resume because people don't
Yep,
have time, they don't know who
facts,
you are, but seeing
facts.
what you do on IG on social media, they kind of like create of an impression of what you are, who you are as a person. So it's
Yeah,
good to just like make sure that if you're connecting with people, especially online, make sure your profile is like at least you stand out. Hide
yeah,
all the BS, put them to your archive, and just keep the little professionals, or little semi-professional pictures
yeah.
and videos at least up there a
Be
little
pre
bit.
be
It helps.
presentable, man. Be
Right,
presentable. Like, at the end of the day, it don't take a lot to do it either,
right.
And shout out, I just wanted to touch on what Hanifa said. She said,
Me too.
circling back on what we were talking about earlier, don't fumble the referral, man.
Facts.
There's
That's
nothing that I hate more than when like you throw the oop, you refer somebody and then boy, like I've had people like where I threw the oop and they didn't even try to catch it. Like
right,
they didn't show up
right,
for the meeting, they didn't show up for the phone call and shit. I'm just like,
right,
fam, like I
right,
went out on a limb for you and you just like
right,
completely just dropped the fucking ball, bro. Like that's crazy. And I think that's why now when it comes to like situations like that of like wanting to throw the oop and whatnot, I always ask people, "Are you serious about this?"
right,
Like,
yeah,
because like that, I gotta gauge how serious you are about this. Like, if Kels hit me up, like I know Kels, like I know anyone on here, like I know like their type of character, right?
right,
Like, like I don't really have to like second guess, right? Like,
right,
oh yeah, like. DG, yeah, of course I can plug you. You know, P, I can plug you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Anybody. Bunifa, I got you. You know, say less. You know, but there's if it's somebody that even that like I may not like fuck with on that level, but I'm
Right,
still like tied to. I'm absolutely asking how serious are you about this? Because if I make this connection and then all of a sudden you drop the ball, it looks bad on it
That
looks bad on you. Like, you
true.
know,
part.
so it's
That
just
part.
Right,
like it's not just this was like we said, being respectful and mindful of people's time. The fact that your friend stuck their neck out for you, you
right,
know, and you just completely dropped the ball, like that's crazy. It's like you just think about it like as a job referral, right? Like
right.
if I refer somebody and they get a job and they don't show up on the first day, I'm like, fam,
It's
like
a you,
yo.
right,
They like
Like,
Zenith, what's up? What's up with your boy, Z? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, fam,
right.
I'm about ready to call you, cuss you out my goddamn self. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
bro,
don't
we
get when
not.
people do that though, because for me, it's like I feel like for me that's some extra pressure, right? Usually, whenever
Yeah.
I'm referred by a friend, I want to like perform more because I know that's gonna be on him if I effed up, right?
yep,
So it's like a burden on my shoulder to go
yep,
hard, based on my friend, because I don't want to make him look bad. I don't mind making myself look bad if no one's there, to blame. But if I make Ramon look bad, it'd be like, bro, you referred Diamond here, and now he's like effed up
Oh,
everything. Now
he
you
on
look
some
bad. Now I'm
bullshit.
looking bad,
He on
right?
some bullshit.
So I don't get that sometimes when you refer people, and now in the day, man, they just like don't really give all. They don't really go all in, and then it make you look bad, and people just looking at like you like, bro, you sure you said your circus was dope? And I look at this dude, he's falling asleep at work, like Black and Maya on his hand and all that.
And you like,
hmm
bro, like this, you gotta know, like, man, when you do that, like when you
Right,
really like lending your
correct,
resources, you took some time to build some things, and you're like lending that resource
right,
to somebody else, man. I think if you're
right,
that person that you're getting lent to, you gotta understand that part, that that other
right,
person is lending that resource, right?
yep,
right,
And the thing is the person that lent it, they don't have unlimited lending.
right.
Like, to be honest, you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So like if you fuck up that referral, they might not be able to refer somebody else over there. They gonna be the
For
other person gonna be
sure.
like, bro, don't send me
Yeah.
nobody else, bro.
hmm
Don't, like,
hmm
you can't. Nah, I'm not getting coffee with no more of your homies, bro. We not doing that ever again, bro. We not doing that, bro. You know
yep,
what I mean? So I
Right.
think that's heavy, man. So it's, you kind of almost have to like not gatekeep your resources, but you got to like really be like you said, Z. You got to kind of,
Yeah. Be
you know,
strategic about it.
question the
Yeah.
hmm
question the people that you like, like if you really are serious about this, I can make this connect, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to step to this opportunity the right
yep,
way, in
yep,
in a major
Right.
way, you know what I mean?
hmm
Because if not, bro, this is bad for both. This is a bad look for both of
facts,
us, you know what I mean? So
facts. It's all about integrity. It's all about integrity at the end of the day. I know
yeah.
something that we talked about earlier was like conferences and stuff like that, right? Where are some other places that you think people can network intentionally if they're looking to, I guess, put themselves out there a little bit more?
Yeah.
To me, I just think if you think industry specific,
Right.
that's what I just
hmm
think, right? Right? Like it's not too hard to think about that. If you think about, like, you want to connect with people in the music industry, go to the biggest studio in your city.
Right.
You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like, if you want to connect with trainers, go to the biggest gym in your city. Like, I
Right.
think just
True.
going to the place where the people that you want to connect would go is a big
hmm
thing. You know what I mean? Think about whatever
Yeah.
that industry is specific. Like, you know what I mean? So I think
hmm
that's the first one I would throw in there for me.
No, I agree, man. You said it, Ramon. I think just being around, going to places that you want to like to see and network with people, and also like for me personally, one thing I want to do different this year, like going to conferences, right? Because it's something I've never done before.
hmm
So that's
Yeah.
kind of like way I want to be able to like level up and network with other entrepreneurs, right? And I'm just like sitting here in Denver, right? I'm like my goal is one of my goals this week to like look up like business conferences in Denver, just kind of like start doing research to have an idea of what's going on around me. So making sure that I'm trying to like connect with those people and be in those environments this year.
hmm
So for me, like you said, whatever you're interested in, because nowadays you can utilize social media, the internet, and figure out whatever it is that you're interested in, and try to like look for those conferences and opportunity to like network with people who are in similar industry as you.
Yep. I,
Thanks.
I think there's plenty of opportunities, right? Like you said, conferences. I think professional mixers. I think
Yeah,
those happen a lot, especially out here in New York, man. There's always something going on. Like I said, I mean, I went to a Posh event, which Posh is it's kind of like a event hosting app. It's kind of like an Eventbrite or something like that along those lines. Way better though. But Posh regularly hosts events. I don't know like how frequently they do it, but they did it several times last year. And then I ended up getting invited to one of those from one of my DJ homies. Um, and so I just pulled up. It was a free event, right? Like they had free hors d'oeuvres, they had free cocktails and shit like that, open bar. It was dope, right? Um, but it was cool to just see people in the industry, like in all day. Like there were some people who worked directly for Posh. There were people who, were promoters, who were A&Rs, people who were um other DJs, other musicians and stuff like that. It's dope to be in spaces like that because just like, just like we said, we of course we always want to network vertically, but at events like that, you can network horizontally. And I'm telling you, man, out here in New York, 6 degrees of separation is so real, man. Somebody knows somebody who knows somebody, and that somebody on the end of that happens to be like ASAP Rocky or something like
Right,
that. And it's just like, fam, like what? Like that's crazy,
right,
like
Hmm.
right? And so I think just putting yourself in those opportunities and just going out and seeking them. In a place like New York, it's very easy to fall into some shit
right,
like that. Like you,
right,
you can literally just be out at a bar, and for whatever reason, on the other side of that bar, they have like a VIP event going on that's only for industry professionals in this particular industry. But you just happen to be in the same bar, and then like some of those people happen to just pull up to the bar, and it's just you chopping like, oh, what y'all got going on over there? Oh yeah, man,
right,
like we over here connecting about cryptocurrency, and it's just like,
right,
damn, like,
right,
okay, shit, I love talking about some crypto. Yeah, hey, man,
right,
and then all
right,
of a sudden you can literally fall into that. Other places, right, where it's not like in New York or something like that, like in a Dallas where I used to live, you got to be a lot more intentional about it. But I think also another place that you can connect with people is like shared hobbies, right? You can go to like
true,
fitness classes. You can go to the gym. You can go to book clubs. Like
right,
anything where like
Yeah.
you might share a similar
right,
hobby with somebody. Shit, go to Top Golf. Man, people, you just never know.
right,
You can
right,
go play around.
right,
Just show up to a fucking country club. You may not even
right,
play golf, but
right.
there's a
True,
lot of
it's true.
money in that motherfucker.
Facts,
Facts.
facts,
Like there's a
Facts. Go
lot of
have
money
go
in that
have
country
lunch
club.
at, yeah. If you
Go
can,
have lunch.
go have lunch there.
Go
Yeah.
have lunch at
That's a
that
good point.
country club, man. I
right.
remember living out in Green Valley. I lived right across from that
Yeah,
from the
golf
golf
course.
course, out there. And I remember just going out and just like sometimes I just go over there, grab a beer, grab lunch or something like that. And I wouldn't necessarily be networking or shopping them,
Right.
like, but I could tell, like you tell, like just being looking out on the golf course or just like looking who's in there. It's just like there's some money in this motherfucker, man.
Right,
There's
Yeah.
some money. And I think just being intentional about placing yourself in those opportunities.
right,
But even outside of that, we're in the digital era, man.
right.
So you can connect with people, of course, like, yeah, you want your Instagrams, but there's Twitter, you got
Right,
LinkedIn. A lot of people sleep on LinkedIn, man.
right,
Ma will say, shout out to EB, man. He's been praising LinkedIn for like years, and like I
right,
just never really listened until more recently. And I'm just like, man, like you can really connect with, like, you can really build a network on LinkedIn.
right,
It's
for sure.
crazy, But there's also like apps like or platforms like Meetup. Meetup
Right,
is a platform where you can find like niche networking events that are tailored to your specific industry, right? So like if you want to go out and attend shit that like is going to get your foot in the door, go on something like Meetup.
right,
Like, man, like we're in the digital era. There's so much that's at your fingertips.
right, right. Z, when you mentioned golf course, for some reason, I just picture you just with a football, throwing football on the golf course. Like, hey, I'm here to network.
That's crazy. Running routes and shit.
For sure. That's my
That's
gift to my
crazy.
wife for some reason. I here to network, man.
Tackle a random person on
Ooh.
it. Oh, my bad, my bad.
Get up, my man. What you doing up
No,
here?
but Hanifa really made a good point. Like, it can happen anywhere, just stay on your toes, which is true. Because like sometimes one of my passion is like I just like to go to Mercedes like dealership just to look at nice cars, like for inspiration. And one day I was there, man. I was just like this older white dude, bro. He just came in. We're just talking about cars. He like, and like we had a really good conversation for over like 25 minutes. And I realized he was a doctor. But the crazy thing is, I never really got his information though, and
Yeah,
I just let
yeah.
it slide. Like, damn. But the fact that we was able to have that long conversation just on cars, our interest in cars and fast cars and all that stuff. Yeah, he asked me what I did and all that. I told him I work, and how my business and all that stuff. We had a lengthy conversation, but I'm just the fact that just to say that it can happen anywhere, right?
Hmm.
Just be social, be able to like talk to people and like have interests and things
Yep.
that you're passionate about. Because you can like go somewhere if you're into art, you can go to an art gallery. You can meet somebody who's into art, just start a spark a
Hmm.
conversation before you realize you guys might have other things more in common than just art, and y'all can be able to like
Yep.
network. So just going out and just like starting that conversation. And also shout out to Kels. He said the airport has network events for business that are licensed to work on federal property.
Yep.
City and state level conferences are good too, bro. So
Yep.
yeah, man.
Fire.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
gems.
It's
Another pro tip that I wanted to get. Oh, go ahead, Pete.
it might we might be touched on the same one, but I just want to say I know we getting close to the rap time,
Right.
but I did want to throw this one in there on the other side of that of like as opposed to going to events. There's one thing that I haven't necessarily done super intentionally, but I was just watching this podcast about a CEO talking about what he did was host the events.
Mm,
So so honestly, putting yourself on the other side of things and being like, let me see if I could host a space that the
right.
type of people that I want to connect with would come to, right? And then what you would
Hmm.
do is, make do it and do it right. Do it fly, make it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe nothing happens, maybe something does, but do a fly little setup and then invite those people, invite only. Let them know it's
Right.
exclusive. Like, hey man, this is an invite only event. I'm, connecting with industry professionals. Would love to have you out. You know what I mean? You got a personal invite from me. I would
Yep.
love to connect.
Right.
Something like
Yep.
that is something I
That's
haven't
dope.
necessarily done,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
when I watched it, I was like, if somebody hit me with that and I didn't know them,
Right.
I'd probably pop out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd probably pop out
Facts.
for that. A free event. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have
Right.
drinks. So open bar.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're free to come on this day if
Yeah.
you're free. If I was
Right.
free, I would go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Right.
saying? So I was just thinking on the other side of that, being that person to be
Right.
like, let me set up. Maybe
Right.
maybe we try it
Yeah.
this year. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think we've
Right.
done something similar
Right.
even with the spot podcast, right? Is kind of
Right.
bringing
Facts.
people in
Right.
Yeah.
with the similar mindset to
Right.
us that that we can connect with. Like you said,
Yeah.
Tyler and
Right.
Ray and Be
Right.
Easy. You know what I'm saying? That these people that we know,
Butterfly
but we get
Wolf.
to
Right.
Butterfly Wolf. You know what I'm saying? People that we know, but like creating like a space where we
Right.
can connect and network. You know what I mean? I see Kale's talking to my cousin Hanifa in here. Like there's little
Right.
Hmm.
that's network happening
Right.
right there. You know what I'm saying? So I
For
think
Yeah.
sure.
that's just like things like this is important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, bringing opportunities to you, sometimes we get so caught up in like, oh man, I got to go out and I got to seek them and whatnot. To that point of just like, it doesn't necessarily, I'm not saying go out and start your own podcast. Like,
Right.
because although I think everybody should try it. I think
Right.
Right.
everybody should try to start a podcast. Like it's
Right.
not an easy thing. And we've definitely like learned,
Right.
the ups and downs of it, right? But that's the whole reason why we started, Manifest Mondays was for this for the opportunity to network, connect with people. We already
Right.
have these type of kinds of conversations. Let's have them with the people that we're connected to. Let's also, open up our network by interviewing people and like,
Right.
bringing other people that like we want to connect with on board and whatnot. You can also like organize just small meetups, like or like a virtual roundtable. It doesn't even have to
For
be in
sure.
Yeah.
person. You could
Right.
do something virtual, like right, like or you could just maybe invite like a couple people out for coffee, like. But
Right.
to that point of like if you're like let's say like you organizing a little small event, like it's only like a capacity of like 30, 40 people,
Right.
and then you start like setting out those invites, you're already providing value because like you're already show that you've taken um initiative to like put something together.
Right.
There's going to be food and drinks there, so people are already like, oh well, like if I'm free, to your point,
Right.
P, like if I'm free, I might as well
Yeah,
pull
might as
up,
well
like because
show up.
I,
Right.
I could always eat, right? Like I could eat, like
Right.
like and even that, like it's just like you approach me in a particular manner where it's just like, like let me go see what they're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Like what do I have to lose in this, like kind of thing. So unless you try to pull some bullshit ambush situation where you try to
Oh man.
sell me some
Don't do
Amway
that.
or something, don't do no bullshit like that. Leave
If you
that
ever
shit in the
think about doing
past.
that, refer to the
Leave that
beginning of the
shit in the
video.
past.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
ever try to disrespect
Don't
me
do
and
that shit. Don't
and
do
set
this.
me with some food and then try to throw Amway in my face. You
Amway,
playing in my face.
or
You
Herbalife,
playing in
all
my
those
face.
other
You
bullshit.
playing
We gonna
in my
be
face.
out.
So don't try no bullshit like that. But I'm saying if you're legitimately trying to connect with
Right.
people,
Right.
bring people to you. Like invite people that you're interested in connecting with. And just seeing what those opportunities are. Um, but something else that I did want to share, a pro tip, that was one of them. So I'm glad you did touch on that, P. The other one is a pro tip when it comes to networking, go with other people.
Right.
Bingo.
That's
Right.
Bingo.
one of the biggest pro tips when it comes to networking, man.
Damn.
Because
Right.
there's only so much that you can do when you move by yourself.
Facts.
Like, even me, I'm a social butterfly. I love connecting with people.
Right.
But when I go to place, if I had gone to Invest Fest by myself, it would have been a completely
I
different
agree.
experience
Same.
than what happened when we went as a unit, right?
Hmm.
Because
Right.
like you already have that lifeline, you have that
Right.
anchor of like you
Right.
already have a level of comfort around you, so it
Right.
makes it easier to
Right.
like approach people and go out and
Facts.
connect because you're
Right.
not doing everything by yourself,
Right.
man. So that's another pro tip. Go with other people, and
Right.
when I say, I'm not saying just pull up. Don't just pull up your random cousin Rodney because he was just available. I'm saying take people who are like actually intentional
Right.
about being there and want
Right.
to like gain something out of it too.
Facts.
Because if you take somebody who be bullshitting, they be like, man, I ain't doing that. Like I ain't finna go
True.
talk to nobody.
True.
And then all of a sudden you just sitting there like twirling your thumbs, like,
You
damn,
just
like
on your phone
shit.
scrolling,
So
wasting
Yeah.
time.
shout out to Rodney though, man.
Right.
shout out,
shout,
shout out to
shout,
Rodney
shout
though,
out to
man.
Rodney. He probably out there
He
doing
means good.
something.
He means good. You know what I mean?
Probably out there on the sticks right now, playing some
Nah.
video games, playing some Call of
No.
Duty and shit,
No.
playing some Madden,
That's
but
jam. I agree. That's
That's
jam.
a
You move
gem
you
though.
move
go with
further when
take
you're with
people with you,
people.
man.
No, I agree.
Take
In
people with you. That's
anything, man.
another
In
pro tip,
anything.
man.
Right.
Pro
No one is
tip.
self-made, bro. No one is self-made. I definitely agree, and that
Yeah.
applies to networking as well. Having
Yeah.
people around you.
Yeah.
That's why it's always fun to go into Miami with you guys, bro. It's always been lit.
Man,
Having you guys
not even Miami,
whenever.
anywhere, bro.
Right,
We
right, true.
overdue for a
Facts.
rich friends trip, but
Facts.
you over here horsing around.
Right.
DG, hey, and I need everybody out here to know that DG be horsing around, man. We've been trying to do the rich friends trip, the rich friends reunion for a
Nah,
while now. He out here
this,
horsing
this,
around.
this, this year, bro, we're
Yeah,
gonna make it happen.
yeah.
This year,
Sure.
this year's gonna happen. We're networking this
All
year. That's the topic,
right, all
networking.
right. We gonna see. We gonna see.
Just plan
All
the
right.
trip. I'll be there.
So, but
We done
you
see
see, you
you,
see,
boy.
shout out to Kels because Kels knows what's up.
Hey,
Kels knows what's up.
boy.
My boy be wooing. He be bullshit. That's what that boy be doing. Um, but before we wrap up, we always have a would you rather question. So
Ooh,
since we talking about networking, man,
right.
the would you rather is would you rather receive life-changing advice or give life-changing advice?
Yeah.
Mm.
Ooh, that's a hard one, bro. To be honest, it's pretty hard. Yeah, but
I'm gonna I'm gonna drop it in the comments too.
Damn, I just
yeah,
wasn't maybe really think this
yeah,
time. You know what I mean?
it's a hard one. Either option is fine, right? But like, just me personally, just who I am, I would say, damn, I would rather,
Anifa said these are low key stressful.
right,
These questions are low key stressful.
it is, they are. It gets you thinking. I would actually give life-changing advice. Yeah, I would
Give.
probably be the one. Yeah, give, then receive. Yeah, I'll probably give life-changing advice. I just level currently what I'm at right now. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah, I'd rather up, put someone on my level to see, especially a young black kid, just to see him like succeed and get at least to be on my level,
mhm,
right? So I'd rather, for at this moment, I'd rather do that because I feel like life changing advice for me right now will be pivotal. It'll help me, but I think just where I'm at right now, what I know in my circle, I think I can be able to like get there. Even though it's gonna be a lot further for me to get there, but I'll be able to get there than that person who is at that level who don't have any exposure around them. So I'd rather be that one to like create that change in their life. So
mhm,
yeah, I'd rather give life changing advice. Yeah.
yep. And
I'm
shout out
happy
to
to. You said what?
I was gonna say shout out to Kels. He said it's low key impossible for me to receive good advice without putting someone else on game. So I guess I gotta receive.
All right.
See, but nah, see, that's look, Kels,
I
you
knew,
be.
that's why I wanted to say because I knew P was finna tap in. So I'm like,
I gotta tap in on that, man. Kels, you be doing what DG and Z always do. Y'all be trying to take one side of it and connect it to the other side. Look, if they give me this one, then I'm gonna
Right.
do this with that one. Nah,
I
bro.
didn't do it today.
Nah.
Though. I didn't do it
Yeah,
today.
I'm glad.
I was spend on the
shout out to
birthday.
Diamond for not, you
He
know what I'm
didn't say
saying?
none of
But Kels,
that.
you just as bad as these boys, man. They always trying to, man, if you give me the life changing, I'm gonna take
I'll
the same
use it
advice
and
and
then give
nah,
out the
bro,
rest of
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna put the whole
we
squad
not
on, man.
doing that, bro. We not
I'm gonna
doing that.
change all of our lives. My life wasn't the only
We
one that
not doing
changed.
that,
I'm putting
bro.
everybody on, man.
Cause
Right,
that's like picking both. So I feel like
right.
if you choose to receive, then
Both
you
of them.
can't pass it.
Yeah,
Both of
You
I
can't
agree.
pass it. Like
I
that means
agree. I
that you
agree.
only you chose
Right,
that side. You got the game, and you can't do nothing with it. You know what I
right,
mean?
both of
Except
them.
for apply it. You
Both
know.
of them.
So
right,
on that note, I'm on the same side as Diamond, man. It's
Yeah.
like, if I couldn't connect, I feel like I could do enough self work and studying and
right,
reading and to keep
right,
Yeah.
finding new pieces of life things that can change my own life. I could,
right,
you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be hand given,
right,
but if I had to choose in that situation, I'm definitely gonna be the one to
right,
to pass it on. You know
right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Facts.
Pass the
definitely
torch.
gonna get a game.
Right,
I'm definitely gonna
Yeah.
pass the torch, man. Like
Facts.
you said, if somebody was going from like nothing at all,
right,
and we was trying to help them just get to this level that we are,
right,
and it just changed. I know, we're a lot further than nothing.
right.
So
For
I'm,
sure.
you just think about that. It's like, if somebody could even get to this level,
Right.
we got the gems to get them here
Hmm.
for
Well,
sure
for sure.
already,
Yeah,
without learning
absolutely.
anything else. I can show
Yeah.
you how to get here. You know what
Right.
I mean? So, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
you
So.
gotta
Yeah.
figure it out to get to the next level. I can help you get
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
if you're trying to go higher than me, you're gonna have to figure that piece out.
Yeah.
But I can get you here though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
For a fact.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to Hanifa. She said, "I'm with you, Kels." So, hey, your cousin out there playing both of them, both of
Come on,
them,
man.
both of them.
You can't have both. You gotta pick one.
I'm right there with y'all, man. I think just naturally, like innately, I'm a giver. So as much as I love to receive, and don't get me wrong, I love receiving life-changing advice. I'm talking about shit
Right.
that busts my head wide open to the white meat. I'm like, fam, like, yo, like my life is for the change. Anything is possible. Like, I'm like, yo, like I be geek receiving that kind of like advice because it's just like, man, like it opens your mind up to so much. But think being on the other side of that and being able to provide that and to like see people have those reactions like yo like fam like it's just like I don't know like there's a special place in my heart that like I love seeing people win
Right.
and like being able to like put people on game in the sense
Right.
of like you know you I may not be able to like give someone advice on how to be a billionaire because I'm not a billionaire,
Right.
right? But like, but I'm a thousandaire. Like,
Right.
I got
Right.
something.
Right.
I got more than nothing, kind of thing.
Right. For sure.
Um, but we well on our way,
Slumdog thousand there.
slum dog there, baby. So, uh,
That's funny.
so being able to put some like, especially like if you're talking about people, who come from nothing, right? And may
Have to
not
get
have a lot.
certified.
Stand up, man. All 10 toes, baby. All
Stand
10 toes. 10
your
toes down,
your
baby.
favorite
Stand up.
millionaires, favorite thousandaires. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Stand up. I'm a thousand years stand up. We
Yeah,
out of
man.
here.
So
That's
yeah, man. Just
funny.
putting people on, man. It's a very rewarding feeling, man. Like so. I'm gonna have to go with y'all, man. I'm definitely giving the life changing
All
advice.
right, let me make it a little bit harder for us, right? All right, so right now, right, someone offer you like 100K right now to you, or you rather give that 100K to someone who don't have nothing. What would you rather do?
Now, I know my answer. Let's raise the stakes. Let's
I
raise the
mean,
stakes.
no,
500K.
100K, like right,
No,
like,
500. 100. I'm giving it. I'm giving it. If they ain't got nothing, and that's
right.
my only two choices, I'm giving it. That's not hard to me. But like 500, a million. That's what it gets.
Well, all right,
Hey,
500K,
500,000 on
500.
the dinner with Jay-Z. Give me that motherfucking 500. Give
500K,
me that
or give
500K,
it to that
baby.
person that don't have.
Let's go
All
500K.
right,
Let's go 500K.
500K.
And
Oh, that.
and you can't. We're not doing the. If I get it, I can give them some. You
Yeah,
can't.
Hanifa,
You can't.
we can split
You
it.
can't help them at all. You can't. I know. Yeah. Nah, we not. See, I already know he's going there. So
Right,
you can't. You can't. Then you just got to look him in his eye and
right,
can't give him shit. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
What do you?
Okay, okay. Let me ask you. Can I hire him later though? Could
No,
I like hire him for a job?
You can't do nothing with him,
Right.
brother.
Yeah.
Damn,
You
I
can't give
just
him no
got.
life-changing advice.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing with him.
I can't give him shit. I just.
Nothing, bro.
All right. So
Nothing, bro.
what do you do with 500K or give it to that
I'm
person who's
give
on a
me that motherfucking 500K, man. I'm taking that 500K, man. Give me that shit, man. Give me that motherfucker. Give me that shit, bro. What? Give me that. That's mine, man.
He's
He,
good.
he, he kind of have to understand a little bit, huh?
Give me that motherfucking shit, bro.
I
So
think
what would you
to
do with five?
me, my honest answer is that it depends on who that person with nothing is. That's my
I mean,
honest answer about it. You know what I mean? Like if it's
Nah, you gotta choose one.
yeah.
no,
You
no,
gotta
it depends
choose.
on
You gotta choose.
it depends. Like if it was like a cousin or something, like you know what I'm saying, that
Yeah.
did I you know I did I love growing up and I hadn't seen him for years and then it was just me or them, give him the money. You know what I'm saying? If it's
Hmm.
somebody random or like I just know they was into some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that. I'm gonna need that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that up off you, Playboy.
All
You know, I'm
right.
gonna make sure this goes to good use. You know what I mean? But
Look,
to me, it really does depend on
run me
who the
that
person
500.
is.
Run me that 500, man. Because you know what? Like, I know the quality of my character, and I know I'm gonna do so much better with that 500K. So, you run
I'm gonna
me my
bless a lot of
money.
people, man.
Give
I'm
me
gonna
my
bless a lot
money.
of people.
Give me my money.
That's
Hey,
dumb as
hey,
hell.
cousin, I love you, but nah, nah,
Yeah.
fam, nah, fam. Go ahead and give me that shit right now.
Oh, okay, let's make it hard. What if someone who's really sick, right, and they need that money for their hospital bill? Then, like, would you give that to them? Like, someone's like, like really sick and they need that
Life or
money.
death?
Like
Damn,
it's
that's
a
hard.
life or death situation.
No, not life or death. No, not life or death. They're just like, like just I don't know, sick,
You be all right. You be all right. You ain't even about to die. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey
You be all
man,
right, bro.
hey
You
man,
know what I'm
hey man. I've been watching Squid Game recently, so I feel a little froggy. It's survival of the fittest out here, baby. I'm
saying?
Squid Game.
Like,
I'm out here taking people out. Like, nah, give me that 500K, baby.
you be all right, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come visit me when you out. You know what I mean?
So you say
I love you, boy.
damn,
It's
yeah.
not life or
Um,
death. Life or death, I'm sending it.
yeah,
If it's not,
if it
I mean,
was life or death, like if they got, yeah,
All right, they require surgery that's cost like 100K. It's not life or death, but they just require like leg surgery that costs like 100K, and they need that money. It's not. They'll be fine without it, but we still do it.
who's the person, man? We got to get some. That's why it's important. It can't just be
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
random person that needs surgery. Like it's a random
yeah.
person that needs surgery.
You
That's
don't know like it can't that's one of the criteria is like you can't know who the other person
Right.
is that would get the
Do,
money
do they
if I
have
can't
do they have
because
know, then if I can't know, I'm giving it to him. If I can't know, because I'm giving it to him, because it might be like I don't know, like a home. You know what I mean? It might be somebody though.
yeah, they'll
So
blow
I'm
yeah,
if
your
I don't
head,
know, I'm giving
baby.
it to
I
him.
don't know that.
there's just somebody standing behind the door and they're like you or this person
Yeah,
behind that door gets
right,
the 500K. Give me
right.
that motherfucker. Give me
No
that
insurance.
motherfucker. Give me
I
that
need for like
motherfucker.
I need for like do they have insurance? Oh my god, no blow my hands. Maybe I donate a kidney later. Yeah, to be honest, I'm making it too hard. I'll take the money. I'll take the money too.
Fam,
If you don't know who it
give
is
me
on
that
the other
motherfucker.
side,
I'm taking it. Sorry.
uh,
I'm sorry, mom. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to hurt you.
for
Bye.
cancer.
But good night.
Give me that motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
That's
I'm sorry. I'm
crazy.
sorry. I'm taking
Yeah,
the 500K.
I think like 100K is different, right? You know, like I
Yeah.
think 100K. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
Even
saying 100K isn't a lot
100K
of
is still
money.
hard.
Like,
It's still hard too. Damn it.
Hanifa
Even
said, "Do they
100K.
have insurance?"
That was funny, bro. Even 100K is still hard, bro. 100K is still hard for me. I ain't gonna lie. Shit.
They could
they
have
got
100K, bro. They could have 100K, bro. If I don't know who it is on the other side, if I know who it is and it's like completely a random person, but if I don't know and it could be, yeah, they could have it.
nah. I'm still taking 100K.
Yeah.
If I don't know who on the other side of, I'm talking about in this hypothetical situation, it's just you or this other person on the other side of the door gets this 100K. Give
Right.
me that motherfucker.
But
Yeah.
when you find out who it is, you can't give it to him
It's
either.
okay.
Yeah, I know. I know.
If I found out on
I'm so,
the other side, it was like my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like, I don't even want to make it sad, but if it was like one of my
I'm sorry.
cousin's kids or
I'm
something,
sorry, cousin
I'd be,
kids. You'll be all right.
I'd be fucked up on that. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll
nah.
be
That
fucked
is
up,
a.
but I still look them dead in their face. I'll be like, motherfucker, give me no, give me that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's mine.
Come on, man. We're gonna have to agree to disagree, man. Nah, we're gonna.
Give me my money. No, but yeah, I don't know.
Because I think about it often, man. Like, when it comes to like blessings, like I'd always rather bless somebody
Right,
else, right? But like when you talk about like quality of character, like I know that like what I would do with the money afterwards, like
right,
I know it's gonna go tenfold,
right,
right? Even
right,
if I can't directly give this person money,
right,
I'm still gonna find out a way. I'm still gonna find a way to bless them.
right,
I'm gonna find some way. I'm gonna find some way, even if like even if it's giving their like mom or something like that some
right,
bread or something like that.
right.
I'm gonna find a way to bless them.
Sure. No, I
But
agree.
I just know the
But
quality of my
in
character.
that moment, they need that more than you for sure.
I need that too.
How do I know that though?
They need the
Yeah,
surgery.
they need to
Yeah, you right. You right.
You know what I'm
You right.
saying? So like, if you add 100K to what you, he said, how do I know that?
I'm saying in this hypothetical situation, I don't know who's on the other side of that door, fam.
You know they need surgery. You,
Nah, I don't. Nah, fam.
oh man, that boy said, how do I know they needed more than I do? You know what I'm saying?
How do I know? How? How, Sway?
oh
How,
my God,
Sway?
you're killing me. See, I not doing that.
I
I'm
hate y'all,
done.
man.
How,
I
Sway?
not doing
Give me that motherfucker, man.
yeah. Hey,
That's
bro,
crazy.
I don't care, man. Give me my money. I don't care. It's survival of the fittest. Like I don't care. Give me my money. You gonna figure it out. You gonna live regardless of the 100K or not. You gonna figure it out. Shoot, I hope you
But
have.
you going that's the only I'm on the other side because I know I'm gonna get 100K.
That
They don't know they're gonna get the surgery. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
all I want to say, just give me
I
my
feel you on that.
money. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, just give me my money, bro. Sorry, I'm gonna send you a get well soon card in the mail.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You can't send them nothing, bro. You got you got
it, it,
can't send them nothing, bro.
it's okay. I'm just gonna look in now. I'm just gonna pray for them. You'll be all
You got
Prayers
man.
up. Prayers
You
up.
know
Prayers up.
what when you get
no.
right, let's work. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's work, man.
Let's work.
Yeah, let's work. Right. But
That's
nah, man.
childish.
I just want to say shout out to everybody who joined the live today.
Yep. Shout out to everybody who
Markel,
tapped in.
Anifa, Butterfly Wolf. Really appreciate you guys, man.
Shout out to the
Really
homie
appreciate it.
Vincent. I saw Vincent was tapped in today too.
Yeah,
He's been tapped in a lot recently. So
yeah,
shout out to him too.
yeah. This is love. Really appreciate y'all for
Yeah.
joining us every Monday.
Every
This was dope, man.
Monday,
I
man.
always appreciate getting the gems, man. People joining in,
Yeah, shout out to
rocking with us every week.
Marco.
We shout out to Marco,
Yep.
Neefla, Kales, everybody who popped in today, man. We got some dope things that we're gonna start rolling out with this
Right,
thing too. We want to really take it
right,
to the next level. We got some ideas.
right.
So I'm excited to see what that looks like in the next month or so, man. So,
Yeah,
shout out to everybody rocking, man. We're gonna
right.
do some dope things with this thing moving this year.
And
Yes,
bro, also
sir.
shout out to y'all, man. Whenever I'm here, like I said, bro, I always feel inspired. I feel like I'm learning a lot. Like today, I learned about what is it like vertical networking, horizontal networking.
Hmm.
Today, I learned that new today.
Oh
So just
yeah,
talk,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, just
And,
talking to
and
you
since
boys.
And since we talking about that, I don't want to act like I'm gatekeeping or
Right,
y'all have to reach out to me, and I want to say it while we're on here too. You just look up what's it called? It's look up whatever state that you're in, and then do unclaimed property. So look like Colorado unclaimed property, and a site will come up, and you literally can just go in there, and then you could claim that money that I was talking about in that segment earlier. And it's just like unclaimed money that's connected to your name, and you'll know it's you because it'll be your name. And like if it was a zip code that you ever lived at.
right.
You know what I mean? So
Okay.
make sure that Make sure y'all do that, man. Like I said, it was 250 in my name, man, and I was like, man, you could always, I don't matter how much money you got, you could use 250, man. You know what I
For
mean? Not
sure.
saying it's gonna be that for everybody, but just do it, man.
Right.
Just do it.
I'm doing.
Did you search just your name or did you put in like, because I
First,
see
first
it,
and last name. First and
yeah,
last name.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'll send y'all the direct link too. Everybody that I seen on here for sure, I'm gonna just send y'all the direct link that I got to.
Right.
That'll take you straight to so you don't got to go through all the pages, and you could just click on it and add your name in there, man. So
Yeah.
I'm on mine right now. I don't see
I got some
nothing.
money in
I
there.
got shit. I ain't got no money. Yeah, they ain't got nothing for me, bro. Shit.
Unclaimed property and
Right.
whatever your state is too. And if you live in different states, look at that too.
Oh shit.
So Z, I look in Colorado, look in
Yeah.
Texas.
Texas.
Any
Yeah.
state that you ever looked at, man, you lived
Right.
in, look that up. And shout out to Moody. I'm not going to act like I just had the game. Shout out to
Yeah.
Moody for putting me on
Damn.
Yeah.
that.
Who is Christine Grant got over $250? Christine
You
Grant. I
see
don't
what I'm
think I
Yeah.
ever.
saying? There's
There,
some
there's
money.
a
There's some.
there's a lot of money up in here, man.
Yeah, Christine Grant. Yeah, Christine Grant. Dana Grant. Damn, well, they done got me over here. Damn.
Make
Okay,
sure y'all,
okay,
make sure
then.
y'all look it up, man. And shout out to
Yeah,
Kels. He said we want the merch, fellas, man. You see,
yeah,
it's coming soon, man. We
it's
It's
just we
coming
coming.
trying to
soon,
make sure
Kel.
we get it right to where we can get just like, we can just order it through the site. But
Right,
you see, it's coming soon. It's coming soon, man. You know what I mean? Coming real soon. So, but
It's
make sure y'all
coming,
look up
man.
that site. If nothing else, man, we're gonna get y'all some money today, man. We're gonna,
for sure.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, I got some money coming my way. It ain't a lot, but it's something.
Hey, anything is plenty, man. Right? Buy yourself lunch or something,
Shit.
You see what I'm
brother.
saying?
Lunch
You
You
ain't.
see what
know?
I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
All right,
Shout out,
Well,
fellas.
all
shout
right,
out to
fellas.
Moody, man.
All right.
Shout out to
And
Moody,
shout out
man.
to everybody who tapped in. We'll be back next Monday, man. Every Monday. Y'all know where we at. We shout out to Kels, man. We gonna have some merch on the way, man. We got
Yeah.
some big things coming this year,
Right.
man. We looking for sponsorships. We might transfer over to some other platforms.
Right.
Like we really gonna take this thing to the next level. You talk about leveling up in all ways, man. We taking the Spot Network international, man. So
For sure.
Yes, sir.
all right, y'all.
All right,
We'll be
y'all.
safe.
I'll be easy,
Have
All
a
right.
man.
blessed
Yes, sir.
week. We'll
All
holla.
right, fam.